Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Wednesday, July 19th, 6:28 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Are we going to see XRP millionaires today? Well, we'll find out. We'll take a look at it. All right, welcome to BitcoinDailyView.com once again. Check out BitcoinDailyView.com. Got more for you there. All right, looking at the crypto universe in squares. XRP up 5.77% last 24 hours. I can dig that. Crypto universe in general having a green day as we see it in squares today. XLM doing pretty darn good. Stellar, way to go. So is SNX, Maker, and Flex. All right, looking at FinViz, the market's not open yet, but it definitely had an okay day yesterday. Dow closed 1% up, NASDAQ 0.76 up, S&P 500 0.71 up, and Russell 2000 up 1.27%. Definitely, I think we're seeing an uptick in the traditional markets, probably again today. Looking at REX, liquidations last hour, 1.5 million for spot trading on the big exchanges for all cryptos. So that was mostly longs. Last 24 hours, 57 million, and that was 33 million in longs, 24 million in shorts. People are definitely trying to long or short, but a little bit more. They're trying to long. They have faith in the market. They're doing leverage, but this is definitely a volatile time. I really would avoid doing that. Looking at a Bitcoin last hour, 305,000 longs, well, $305,000 worth of longs wrecked, and 179 million worth of, I'm sorry, and 179, yeah, 305,000 wrecked in longs and 179,000 wrecked in shorts. Does that make sense? Let's see. Yes, it does. Okay. So, and then of course, last 24 hours, 10 million longs wrecked, $10 million worth of longs, and then of course, 6 million worth of shorts wrecked. So anyway, we're seeing people trying to long this market. They got faith in the Bitcoin, but don't try too hard right now. As you can see, people have been trying to short XRP. That has not been working out. Also Solana, and it has not been working out. And XLM, of course, they really got trapped. They got screwed over. So they lost big time. So watch out. Not a lot of volume right now. Makes for a volatile market. If you want to trade, of course, trade. Not financial advice, but watch out with the leverage. I just personally would, as far as what I'm doing, I'm not doing leverage right now. And if I did, it'd be like a 3 to 5%, 3 or 5x leverage. And I think the stop you're going to have to use is just a bit prohibitive to, profit anyway. Looking at buy and sell volumes, basically total volume for Bitcoin last 24 hours, 27 million, basically 28 million, down 38% last 24 hours. So we got nice volume today. Looking at longs versus shorts, the sentiment on Binance for the big volume is 64% long, 35% short. Watch out. As you can tell, people have been trying to get those longs with leverage and make some money, but don't try too hard right now, in my opinion. That's not what I'm doing. All right, looking at the top 20 exchanges, all of them are in the green volume-wise. But they are very, very sideways. I'm seeing a bit of a trend down. It's the middle of this week. Let's watch out for a low volume weekend. That creates a lot of volatility, but also opportunity for profit. Looking at derivatives on Bitcoin, 33 billion in derivatives. That's not too much, so I'm not too worried about the exchanges deliberately shaking off hands right now. This is a 4-hour chart going way back to, well, for quite a while. But if we go back to like 20th of June, watch out. That's when a perfect BART pattern started. So watch out for a bounce down to 26 or 27,000. It really could happen. So watch out for that. BART patterns tend to complete. All right, looking at Bitcoin, the top 100, 29,890 for Bitcoin right now. Not bad at all. With Bitcoin, kind of, we'll take a look real quick here. This sideways action we're looking at. This is a 4-hour chart. This sideways action. And Bitcoin did come down to the 4-hour 200 moving average, appears to be bouncing. We're not quite sure about that yet, but looking at the squeeze indicator, directional index, it definitely could be the case. It's a logical spot for it to bounce, and if it does, that's a good thing. A lot of people are going to be getting in right now and riding it to the top. If you look at a forecast here, if you were to get in right now, ride it to the top, that's 6%. So really, even a 3% trailing take profit of like a variance of 2%, whatever, would probably get you all the way to the top, maybe even further. We'll see what happens. It's an interesting play right now. So with Bitcoin in the state that it's in, that is giving some alts like I don't know Casp. I know Flex though. Flex has been around for a while, so Flex is up 24%. So I think with the current, and Stellar of course up 8.6%, XLM. So some of these are, and even XRP up 5%. So this is an opportunity right now where you're going to see some alts really blast off. So watch your favorite alts, because this is definitely Bitcoin's in the right spot for alts to move, and also not a bad time to trade alts against Bitcoin if you are so inclined. Just be careful what you careful. I'll start doing some Bitcoin trading pairs too right now. If the market is, if it stays in the current state, we're going to have great opportunities for trading against against Bitcoin, like XRP against Bitcoin possibly, or like XLM Bitcoin would have been good to trade against it, or there's a couple, and so we'll start going over those. I'll have some alts laid out. We'll rock through them real quick, keep watching them daily, but right against Bitcoin as well as USDT, because I think we're moving into an attitude of the market right now where those might actually become very, very profitable. XRP versus USDT 4-hour chart. XRP cranked on news, kind of dumped on bad news, but it's making it kind of basically did a 0.5 fib bounce, moving up, got above the 382. If we look at it, hard to tell. Is it going to keep going? Well, the squeeze indicator is slowing down, directional X is slowing down, volume slowing down. It's all about, is it going to break this recent higher high, which is about the 236, which is about 0.825 sats. I should say no dollars. So 0.825. 0.825. If it can break this kind of, even though this could be considered the recent high, this wick, I'd consider the body of this candle the recent high. So if we can get above that and then begin to find some support and then make a move, I think definitely it could continue cruising. We'll see. Just watch the charts. Looking at the 45-minute chart, how we looking? 45-minute chart looks like it might be beginning to pick up. So as we get granular, very good chance we might be in the right place. So keep an eye on that. And looking at Bitcoin also, one thing we might want to note is the daily chart here. Could we be headed down to a just something to think about. The daily chart shows that we're beginning to slow down. So we pull in a daily chart. Let's look at it like this. Okay. 200 moving average bounces are always powerful. Right there, you see one made a move. Here we saw one, we made a move. So 200 moving average crosses above and below are very powerful. But do note this pattern here with the squeeze indicator. Okay. And like, what do you actually see happening here on the daily chart? So here's the squeeze indicator. We're just going to follow this. Okay. Oh crap! I can't pull that up here, can I? Ah, darn it! It's just the way it is. Sorry about that. But if we look at that, you can kind of see. Let's just replicate that with the chart. Ultimately, you can see how where we're at here. And if you look at the squeeze indicator, and of course you've got the declining directional index and ADX, and let's face it. I mean, there ain't no volume. It's just going down, So basically, would not surprise me if we're actually going to just kind of this natural pattern, if we're going to come down and visit the 200 moving average on the daily chart, which is right around 25,900, basically right around 26,000, which would actually kind of, if you look at this 4-hour chart, you can see where this BART pattern started and where would this BART pattern complete? Right around 26,000. So just something to think about, short time frame looks like Bitcoin's going to maybe make a move, back up within this channel that we have here. That could very likely happen. But do watch, because overall, daily chart, the squeeze indicators rolling over, directional X is on the way down, no volume spikes really coming in. Just be watchful. Let's look at a 4-hour chart too. Just pulling all this data. A little bit harder to see on the 4-hour chart here, but you can see, from that trend, a lot's going to be told right now. If we stay in this channel and move up, if we move up, great. Do that 200 moving average bounce, bottom channel bounce, start moving up, great. But overall, I'm going to be watchful, because the 4-hour chart and the daily chart are kind of at odds with one another. So we'll see who wins. Today, would I do a trade? Here's the deal. If I was going to do a trade today, do you want to trade that daily long chart? Right now, you might be able to make some money with the 4-hour chart. that daily long is something that a daily chart is something to definitely take note of. So if we look at a trade here, how would you how would you do this? You could trade where it's at right now, and let's just say that you run the sucker up to the top of the channel. You figure, okay, I think I could do that. You have a tight stop, a tight stop. Let's say like, oh, I don't know. You got to give it a couple percent, like maybe 1 or 2% under that 200 moving average, so you don't get wicked out. But you do have like what is that? It's like a possible 6% with a stop loss of about 2. Something to think about. 4-hour chart looking like that really could happen. But I watch out, because looking at the daily chart, I think the longer trend to me really shows that we're probably going to see a visit to this 200 moving average around 26,000, and then you would be like really truly, if it does make that bounce, that might be a really ideal position for a long, as long as it bounces strongly. But right now, 4-hour and daily chart definitely at odds with each other. Let's see what happens. And of course, XRP, hard to tell. I just think there's so much, hoopla about it. Even though it got some, bad press from the SEC, Gensler was crying like the little he is about, I don't like it, whatever, Freaking looks like a dried piranha in his head. Look at him. Guy's a moron. I do judge by appearances, and he looks like an asshole. So anyway, we'll see what happens. XRP. I can say I do like that we had this crazy pump. We got a low. You kind of got a higher low, and that's kind of nice. You could also say you've got a high. Now you've got a higher high. So let's see how it rolls. I definitely think there's a possibility. And it's a 45-minute chart. There's definitely have a possibility of this thing continuing to run, and I wouldn't want to miss it. So I'm in it. I got a tight stop in profit right now, but I'm betting on this thing taking off. That's just what I'm doing. I think XRP could basically, make us some money if you're in. And also, you could always do an XRP trade against BTC. It's one to think about. How's that one looking? Because Bitcoin's doing pretty well too. You know what? It's not a bad looking chart. You got your, kind of a support line here. You got upwards challenge you could actually kind of make if you want it. I'm not going to go into this one right now. It looks a lot like the dollar against USD or Tether. Just watch out. It's kind of making up its mind what it wants to do within like the fib world. It's kind of it did break up above that 236. And we do have a bit of a beautiful. You could call it a bit of an upwards channel forming here. I do like that. So let's just see what happens. Oh, and Bitcoin also, if you, I'm going to do this right here. If you look at if you scroll out on the daily like this, and you do a upwards channel, you see something very, very exciting. You see this. And really, the 4-hour chart's at odds with this. So maybe you do get a little bit of a bump today, but what if you end up kind of riding down and then riding back up? That would actually that would be a beautiful, beautiful channel that makes sense. So I kind of must admit that I am waiting for a move like that. I do have a position to make some money off that possible 4-hour move, but 4-hour chart move, but really I'm kind of looking to get in right about here. And basically, that's going to be a 200 moving average bounce. And if it happens, that's just a beautiful, powerful chart in the daily. And that is definitely a beautiful long. And once you get that 200 moving average bounce, you are probably going to see candles by Sam here. You're going to see some, powerful velocity, just like you had right here. Get the 200 moving average bounce, bottom channel bounce, and bam, candles by Sam. You see these purple candles, they mean upwards velocity. So I think we're going to see that coming up, maybe even this weekend or next week. So anybody, thank you for being a powerful Bitcoin truth seeker. Thank you for having optimism towards the future, because crypto is definitely a part of that, if there is a utopian future, and I think there is. So I'll see you in the beautiful science fiction universe that we are envisioning. And I'm hoping, I really am, that we definitely get some XRP millionaires, because it just would be funny. Take care. Take that, Gensler.